Dear Jerry, Linda, Heather, and Pam, room 209, would like to thank all of you for inviting us to the bank for a tour. We enjoy learning about the operation of the bank and using the machines. Thank you for letting us start bank accounts, the pens, darn savers.
What was your initial reaction when the bank came to the community and said they wanted to open a special branch for people on low incomes?
Well, mine was immediate suspicion.
Why?
Well, it isn't very often you hear of a bank being interested in the average working man and wanting to do something to accommodate them. Many people on welfare, for instance, or mother's allowance, were having trouble cashing their checks because they didn't have a bank account, although these checks are supposed to be negotiable at any chartered bank. And another thing was loans. These people could not obtain loans. And another thing that we also had discussed was getting the very young children interested in saving. And it really has been phenomenal. They've been trudging in with their nickels and dimes, and it really has been a very good reaction.
I understand that there were a few suggestions made by the people of the community about what they wanted in their own bank. What were some of those things?
Well, the one thing that really impresses me that I remember was the hours. Better banking hours that would accommodate people no matter what hour they're able to get out to the bank. And this, I think, has gone over quite well.
Yeah. And the other thing that stands out in my mind was the idea of a washroom and a water fountain, somewhere where you could take your children when they needed to go to the washroom in the bank, you know, which is probably a key thing in terms of people feeling at home in their branch.
What's the single most important feature of the bank, do you think?
It's just friendliness. You know, I would be very concerned that people would think of community branch as poor people's branch. I think that there's a real sort of almost under $20,000 a year bracket of people who still don't feel that they can go in and greet the bank manager and be somebody. And for me, it's just that, you know, people in a middle, low income can feel that the bank manager is someone that they can be friendly with, and the tellers as well.
My sister wants to put in 26 cents.
26 cents? Okay.
She wants to start a new bank.
A new account?
Yeah.
Can she write a name?
No.
No? Okay, so we're going to have to put it in your name, is that all right?
I really love the kids. Really. Oh, I do. They're just terrific. They seem very relaxed when they come in and they give us drawings. And sweets, you know, and get so fat. And, they tell us a lot of things, you know. I even had one little boy said he's saving up till he's 15 to take me out for dinner. I think they really come to us more as friends than bankers. And I think that's the whole object of this bank. Okay. Is this your money, Doctor? Hey? She's shy.
Do you find that they bring in a quarter one day and then take it out the next?
Yeah. We've had this, but what we do, we watch. We had one child come in, took out 25 cents in the morning. He said, you know, we used to say, what's it for? And he wanted to buy a candy bar. So he came back in the afternoon and wanted another 25 cents. And I said, well, what do you want it for? A candy bar? I said, no, you're not getting it. So he just went away and he was quite happy.
How long have you been saving your money?
Since it started.
Pardon?
Since it started, the bank opened. Today.
Just today you started. Do you come in at any special time?
No, I come in when I've got a dime saver all filled up.
I had trouble cashing checks at other banks, but here I don't. I just come in and just sign them.
Has the bank been helpful to you in other ways?
Yeah, they let me have a $100 loan for school clothes and a bike for my son. And I pay back $15 a month. If you're on mother's loan, you wouldn't be able to get one any other place. It should be open all over the place for people on welfare and on mother's allowance and that.
This one here will loan you money, like I'm on mother's allowance, and where another bank won't. They give you a whole bunch of trouble about it. But the first time they have to check out to make sure that you are on mother's allowance and how much you get a month. They count up, like, see how much you get and how much you have to pay out each month. And then they find out what you have extra to pay them. And if there's not enough, well, then you can't. But if there is enough, then you get the loan from them.
Have you had trouble paying back loans?
No, not at all.
What can they do here that they can't do in other banks?
Nothing really. The kind of service that we offer is pretty basic to a normal branch. except that we feel as if we treat them differently.
Is it really true that they have difficulty cashing checks in other places?
Oh yes, very much so. They usually have a minimum of identification to start with. The welfare checks come out regularly at a certain time during the month, and because of that there are people that go around and steal them out of mailboxes, so that there are a lot of them forged. So they do have difficulty cashing their checks.
Where did they cash them before?
They cash them at local stores. Some of the people have told us where they would go into certain stores and be forced to spend 10 or 15% of that check in that store. And in some cases they would have to buy things that they didn't want.
Is there anything that the bank is not yet doing that you would like them to be doing?
Yeah, I think for myself, it's this budgeting thing. I feel that the bank really has expertise in that line, and that we, the people, desperately need to be helped in terms of budgeting. And I think this is something the bank will do, but is not yet doing.